So, speaking of ChatGPT's deep research, that was very exciting. It was like a week later that Perplexity announced that they have a version of deep research as well, and it performs almost as good. Not quite, but kind of lags just behind OpenAI's version. The difference is Perplexity's version is free, so you don't need to pay $200 a month. Free users get 5 free deep research questions per day, which is honestly like that's a lot. I don't know if I've had to use it 5 times in a day most of the time. I am on the pro plan, which means I get 500 of these questions a day, which I'll never use. So, effectively infinite. But, I can think of like one time where I've asked it 5 things in a single day. So, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Let's really quick just kind of do a demo of what does this look like. Let's ask it a question. Speaking of business automation, please give me a high-level overview of the best practices to keep in mind when implementing, let's say, when creating a marketing automation strategy. Okay, so this takes some time, and I'll kind of go over the other features we can use here while this is thinking. But you'll see it says often takes a few minutes to complete. I'll start by preparing a research plan. And then it starts doing this thing, which is a chain of thought that it's narrating. And then you can see that it's going to search. It'll go through several iterations of this where it'll type out some chain of thought reasoning, and then start searching and going through various sources. And then it'll have kind of its next point. So it'll do that until it's satisfied that it's got a good report. So in the meantime, a couple of things that are useful that you can keep in mind here are the source modes. So web is automatically toggled, but there's also academic, which will include scholarly and research papers in the search scope. And then social, which will include social media platforms. So you'll get more opinions, more stuff from Reddit. So that's a double-edged sword. You get more kind of opinions, and that can be valuable, especially if you're looking for, if it's market research and you want to kind of get a sense of where's sentiment at for this particular asset for this day. Then including social and getting opinions is valuable, but also their opinions. So your chance of coming back with some inaccurate information or biased information goes up when you toggle social on, and you can toggle all of these on and off. So something good to know. The other thing that it can be really helpful is spaces. So spaces you can have multiple chats, including deep research chats that are related to one space. And so we can call this business automation, and then we can call this a space/folder to hold chats relevant to business automation. And I guess I should have said this at the top. Perplexity, before it had its deep research offering, what this is a web search similar to Google that's powered by AI. So before, you would just type in a question similar to Google and it would pull up, here's your search results, but also this is kind of an AI overview to answer your question. So I'm a power user of Perplexity. I love it. I use it all the time. But now it's like even better because instead of just one Google search, I can kind of do my whole Google rabbit hole and learn about something with the deep research. So anyways, we're creating a space here. So this can hold chats that are kind of those queries as well as the deep research reports. I can define which model I want to use here. They do have the DeepSeek R1 hosted in the US, which is pretty cool. Anytime I want to use DeepSeek, which is a Chinese reasoning model that's really good, I'll use it through Perplexity. And then this is kind of the main value add of spaces. You can define some custom instructions that all of your chats refer to. So if you want to have one part of the prompt that goes into all the chats in that space, you can define it here. So here I could say something like, all chats in this space relate to business automation. And then I'd like to learn about this so I can help my clients automate their businesses. Please prioritize sources with statistics and proven use case example. So we could define some custom instructions like that, and now all of the chats within that space are going to refer to those. And you can get pretty long with these and say, I want all of the reports here to follow this certain structure or whatever you want, and save some time by using spaces and organize them. So, okay, let's hop back to our query here. So this is done, this deep research report. And I'm not going to read through the whole thing here, but it seems like we've got an introductory paragraph, strategic foundations, defining objectives, operational goals, setting quantifiable targets. And then we get into audience intelligence, behavioral segmentation, profiling, customer profiling, specific platforms to use, customer journey architecture, and how that breaks down. So this is pretty dang good. I am not a marketing automation specialist, so there's other people on my team that would probably be more prepared to fact check this. It's something that you'll want to do, but it's easy to fact check because they're also dropping in all their sources here. And then there'll be, if you were to export this and download it as a PDF, it'll have a list of the sources that it used. So very, very useful. This represents, if it were me just Googling things, hours of work to get a report like this put together. So that's kind of the tool highlight this week.